योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 ராம 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया Rama Rama योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरुराया योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरुराया योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरुराया सुरतकुमार गुरुराय योगीराम सुरतकुमार गुरुराय राम 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 योगीराम सुरकुमार योगीराम सुरकुमार जय गुरुराया सुरकुमार योगीराम सुरकुमार योगीराम भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Our grateful pranams to our Bhagavan for this wonderful divine opportunity to be able to sing His powerful name in His presence, and we have offered the Nama lotuses with those grateful pranams. And for the rest of the day, whatever is remaining, let's continue to offer the Seva lotuses as well. A day before, we saw when somebody came and asked Bhagavan, give me one word that would save me from the troubles of life, from all the sufferings of life. Then Bhagavan said, it is the name of the Divine, and do it with faith. Then you will see how it is that one magic word that would dissolve all your problems, and so quickly that what remains is my Father alone. Now today I shall read out from my diary a certain conversation between me and Bhagavan, which will reveal what it is to live with a great, great, great soul who is one with God. Bhagavan shifted from Sannadhi Street house to Sudama when he fell sick, and he had viral fever, and there was nobody to look after him at Sannadhi Street house. After very much begging, he finally consented to come to Sudama, and he was going to stay only for 3 days, but by the divine will, he continued to stay on with doctors' close attention in Sudama itself. And then he became quite well, and his spiritual ministry continued in Sudama itself. And he was giving darshan. He would come every day in the morning, 7 o'clock. In those days, we used to walk from Sudama to the ashram. 7 o'clock we would be there on the ground of the ashram. There was no building. Bhagavan would sit anywhere. And then he would smoke, looking at the mountain, looking at the ground, looking all around. He continued to smoke, and by smoking, he was doing his Father's work. And 6 months passed. Thereafter, somebody felt that Bhagavan should not walk on the road, and then they offered a car, and thereafter Bhagavan accepted and then started to come to the ashram in the car. 6 months had passed, and then in those days, in the early days, those 6 months, there was much turbulence in the mind, sometimes for no reason at all. There would be sudden anger, and there would be sudden sorrow and sudden fear. They were alternating, and for no reason at all. And I used to get very upset because I was thinking that Bhagavan had come all the way to Sudama, and I was living in his glorious presence, vibrant, completely divine presence. And why would I suffer from these reactions? And what are the reactions for? I was very confused, and I did not expect it to happen. And so one day I said,
Bhagavan, I don't know why the mind goes through all these stages. I'm very scared that even in your divine presence that I should go through this. Then Bhagavan said, Devaki, all these 6 months, your life has been a life of tapas. Every second of your life with this beggar is tapas. Do you know that? And then I said, but Bhagavan, sometimes I commit mistakes and act helplessly. I feel very bad after that and I get very upset. Then Bhagavan said, whatever you have done all these 6 months is only right, Devaki. There has been nothing wrong at all. When you are with this beggar, you cannot do anything wrong. I was saying, Bhagavan, will it not be a sin? Because it might affect your work. And that would be very bad. I forgot to bring this particular book today to the ashram. Even when this knowledge was there, that you might need it. I'm so sorry. That Bhagavan said, Devaki, all this sin, mistake, it applies to other people, whereas it's different with you. It is different with them. With you, it is different. Even though, then I answered, Bhagavan, why do you say it is different with them? Because they are also bhaktas, and they are away from you, and even though they are away from you, they are working for you only. They are your sevaks. Yes, Devaki, but it is still different with them. Being with this beggar all the time is very different. Being in the physical presence of a pure soul is the greatest tapas, Devaki. It is the greatest bhakti. So, Bhagavan assures that being in the physical presence of a great one who has become one with God, is itself tapas. Just sitting in the presence itself is great tapas. And doing seva, helping his work, is great tapasya. And Bhagavan is standing here in front of us in the form of his murti, vibrantly present. Though he looks like a statue, he is totally present here in all his glory. Arunachala mountain looks like a stone mountain. It looks like any other mountain. And yet, we know how special it is, how it draws people from all over the world. And we worship it as Lord Shiva himself. Likewise, Bhagavan's murti here was installed by himself and he did puja to it. So Bhagavan is absolutely wakeful and is vibrantly alive with his hand raised in benediction. And if you go close to him, you would see him, his eyes fixed on Brahmarandra, on the scalp, and there would be a bewitching smile on his lips. And yet, in spite of his deep samadhi state, one hand is ever raised in benediction. I am here. Why do you fear? This is my refuge for you all. Take refuge. When I am here, you do not have to fear at all. This is compassion. Bhagavan's compassion is seen in that raised hand, in his Abhaya Hasta. And we are all sitting in his powerful presence. Even if you don't sing the name, by sitting, merely sitting in the vibrant presence, the powerful presence of Bhagavan here, you are doing tapasya. And added to our sitting, if we can sing his name, his powerful name, in which he lives in all his glory and power and grace, that will be much more tapasya. So let us remember this conversation, that sitting in his presence is the greatest tapasya, and doing his seva in his presence is a greater seva, a greater blessing. We shall now offer our today's prayer. Let's gallop through it. Bhagavan, we beg you for your immediate divine intervention to change the attitude of the whole world, which is one of violence. We beg you to bring in peace, harmony, order and discipline and unity in the lives of people so that they live a dharmic life with remembrance of God. We also beg you to stop these violent wars so that peace and harmony be prevalent. We beg you again to bless the whole world so that there will be no thought of enmity, no thought of war at all among the countries of the world. We beg you again to keep under control those sudden attacks of vicious diseases and violent furies of nature and those devastating accidents. We beg you again to uproot all the negativities of the human mind which are responsible for today's world of violence. Whichever country people belong to, whatever religion they have embraced, everybody without exception in this world has to go through some suffering or the other because of their past bad karmas. And this law of karma is precise, unsparing, and relentless. It acts ruthlessly. It doesn't spare even avatars. And yet, there is what we call the causeless grace. And that causeless grace is due to his kindness, his generosity and compassion. So let's appeal to him to reach out to all those people who are suffering in great agony for some reason or the other, to be free to come out of that freely and be lifted to a higher plane. And we also beg you, Bhagavan, to protect all those people who have been slogging for the welfare of the others. From what? From unhealthy, unworthy comments of criticism and aspersion. We beg you again to give a boost, a big boost to the economy of the country and promote its growth in varied fields of activity so that India would reach that fine status of world teacher to conduct the whole world in the path of dharma. We also appeal to you, we pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name and unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings so that we assimilate them and turn them into Atma Shakti. Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us all to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not Rakshasi, even by mistake. Please bless our everyday life so that we run it as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We seek your blessings for the ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace, the state of pure awareness of yours. But then our minds have to be cleaned because it's already full of worldly desires and residual, latent tendencies of the past karmas. So what happens? Often we get attacked by a causeless, vicious fear and vicious anger and vicious jealousy, vengeance, passion and sorrow. And we pour out words of such bitterness, such fiery abuse, little knowing all that would come back to us one day and hit us when we are most vulnerable. And so we beg you, Bhagavan, you have often said that the name of God is a very powerful weapon. It can destroy our past sins and prevent us from further sins and purify our heart by destroying the vasanas also. We take refuge in your powerful name and seek early purification. Wherever we live in this world, whatever falls into our hand, we know this work is only yours, for you alone exist. Please bless us to do it in the spirit of service to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every work that falls into our hand will turn into Atma Shakti. Please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow. Coming from you, it can only be a great blessing. You are our well-wisher. You will not wish us any harm. And in spite of that, if there is a punishment in life, some suffering or the other, then it is meant to be a great blessing, and it's meant for our spiritual transformation, for our greater good, for our closer kinship with God. With obstinacy, if we continue to look upon every punishment as a definite blessing from God, what happens is not only spiritual growth, but it will also prove how it is a blessing to us. And what's more, it will end up in a higher wisdom which purifies our heart and takes us closer to Him. Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us all to be grateful to you despite the adversities of life. We also pray for your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, the root cause of which is that utter selfishness, the I and mine, the tyranny of the ego, the aham-bhavam, our identification with the body. Bhagavan, please uproot this aham-bhavam and promote atma-bhavam so that we all be blessed with that immortal life, that eternal living in merger with you, or eternal surrender, eternal servitude in surrender to you. You, that eternal supreme Brahman. Jai Yogi Ram Sri.